So what we'd like to do today is show a short demonstration on the platform of the way you will be able to create a new notice and send that to one of your counterparties. This is still in development. There will still be a review of some of the wording and label in the platform. So some of this may well change from what you see today. But let's dive into the functionality to create a new notice. So once you've logged into the platform, and this is from the side of a dealer, you would click on the Create a Notice button, and you'll be brought through to the workflow tool that will allow you to select all of the different components that will feed into the metadata of that notice once it's sent. So we'll select the notice type, we'll select one of the subtypes, and then we'll select the entity from which it's being sent. This is important as if you are representing multiple different organizations, you'll be able to choose from that drop-down list all within the same environment. And then you've got the option to select or add a notice reference in here. Once those have been completed, we select the entity with whom we are going to send the notice to. And then in the instance where there is a client or fund of that organization that is in reference, we can add in that client name using an LEI, and we'll see that pre-populated here. We've got another field that will allow you to add a description of the event as it relates to this notice. And then at the bottom, we've got two options that will allow you to essentially enable some workflow in the platform. So should there be different people that need to create the notice and then approve it before it's sent out, that can be set here. And similarly with a digital signature, these would be role-based provisions that would be set up at that user level. I can then drag in a new notice into the tool, and it'll populate here for review. There will be integration with the Create IQ platform at a later release date. And once you've reviewed that notice, you can hit send, and that will essentially send the notice out to your counterparty. If I show you what this looks like from the recipient side, I've already logged in as this investment advisor, and you can see here that the receive date of the 15th of April and the organization that has sent it to me is under the sender, and the receiving entity is over here. If I click on that notice, I'll then be brought through, and I can then review the notice that has been sent to me. Once it's been read, it will pass through to from the new notice to the red tab, so that you keep a clean view of all of the notices that exist within the platform. So to showcase the functionality for how the digital signatory will work, I will bring an example notice in again. And this digital signatory piece will link through to your organization's existing DocuSign or Adobe eSign contract. So there'll be no additional need for a third-party agreement with S&P. And it'll be set up at that point of onboarding within the platform. If we select yes here, and then I hit send, it will come into the pending queue, and we'll see that it's pending signature here. Once I select this notice, I'll be able to come through, review the notice, and then select sign a document. And what this will do is bring up the DocuSign functionality, where I will then be able to add my pre-established signature. You could also use the initial. But if I drag my signature anywhere onto the page, I can make it bigger or smaller. Hit finish. And you then have a digitally signed copy of the notice, as you can see here. This will be sent through to your counterparty in the same way as the same way as previously, and they will then be able to review that signed notice within their platform.